It's Friday. It's 2:00.
Try again, Doug.
I screwed it right up.
Hey, what time is it, Doug?
It's 2:06 by my clock.
It's actually 2:04.
Anyway, you're listening to AM-1220 KHTS, your hometown station, and it is time for the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John. John.
Hopefully that's not an indication of how the show's going to go,
Yeah,
Doug.
you're
It's very well
absolutely
could.
right.
You know,
It
this is a crossroads.
Yes.
But I actually have a personal question for you, if you don't
How
mind.
personal is it?
It's not that personal. We're on the radio.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And the other stuff I don't really care about. But that's a whole other issue for another show and another day. Are you a Christian?
Absolutely.
I don't think you're a Christian.
Why?
I've been to your house.
And?
Not recently, because you never invite me over anymore after
That's
that
true.
one time. But I did notice that you have fences up.
Yeah?
And I don't think true Christians
I
actually
gotta keep
build
the
fences.
dogs in.
I don't think true Christians actually build fences.
Oh,
Or walls.
I see what you're
Yeah,
getting at.
see what I did there?
What
That
are you,
was-
what are you, the Pope or something?
Oh, yeah. Jeez. Yeah, I'm going to go to the bathroom in the woods. No, I thought that was... No, okay.
Look.
Let's tell people what we're talking about. The Pope commented that Donald Trump and his immigration plan... Now, where was he when he did this? On the Mexican border. And what was he doing? At one point in time, one of the onlookers pushed too close to him
Right.
and wanted to touch him, and he pushed him away.
Yeah, and he got
I'm like,
upset,
okay, well, isn't that kind of like building a wall?
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Jesus said not to get angry with anybody.
Maybe that is a microcosm of the entire immigration issue right there. Anyway, no, he told people who build walls, obviously can't be Christians because you should build bridges, not walls. Yeah, where does he live?
Oh, does the Vatican have walls?
Yeah, they got lots of walls. They keep people out all the time. I think I read somewhere that they're taking 2 Syrian refugees. Just 2. Look.
What are they going to do?
That's one of the. I bet that's probably religion's problem. It's do as I say, not do as I do. And true religion, I think, is do as I do. Okay, but that's a whole other issue. That's another show for another time.
Right. You can't judge somebody.
I think maybe the context were taken out. The comments were taken out of context.
Well, and in fairness to the Pope, I heard that he was being badgered by a reporter on his plane.
Yeah.
And when he was tired, and the guy kept badgering him, and he just kind of said that.
I get that, but I think the bigger problem is, why is the Pope involved in politics?
And that's what I remember.
Isn't he called the Vicar of God?
I remember
the Vicar of Jesus.
Because when he was visiting California in L.A., he submitted political stuff. I don't think that's right.
He's a little. What did he say the other day? He said something about with regard to the virus.
Birth control's okay.
Birth control's okay. Yeah. Wow, there's a Pope for you. Welcome to the 19th century. He's that far behind the times.
And I remember now when he was here, he talked about climate change. Hello. No, you can't. When you're like that, and so many people worship you, and that's a whole other issue too.
He's the Vicar of God, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that
when you talk political issues, you are actually immersing yourself in politicalness, and people are going to agree with you.
And yet the liberals, what do they say? That, religion and church and state should be separate. But they like it, unless it's their views. I'm not going to go quite there, but I'm going to say that it doesn't seem right that they're threatening to take away tax-exempt status from some of these churches that come out with a political stance that may be against their views. But nobody's threatening to take away the Catholic Church's tax-exempt status yet. I haven't heard that one. Have you?
No.
Just saying. I don't think we will. But
why is that?
I don't know. Money, probably. Yeah. They've got so much money behind those walls, they could probably cure hunger in a lot of places. Yeah. So, we got a big show today. We got a lot going on.
Okay.
We're all over the place, aren't we?
We are.
Again.
But that's what people like, right?
We really need like a theme.
Or we hope.
Show. Well,
we hope people like it.
Well, if people don't like it, contact Doug at what? SCV? What's the email address again?
I can take anything but criticism.
No, you can take criticism. Only in emails, though.
Yeah, Doug at Santa Clarita Gazette.net.
Yeah, there you go.
No, .com, sorry.
.com. Doug at Santa Clarita Gazette.com. And if you wanted to try John at Santa Clarita Gazette.com too, you could, but it won't get anywhere. All right. You've been listening to the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Clarita's hometown station. We're back after this.
You are listening to the AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Clarita's hometown station. It's the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John. It's the Radio Digest version of the Santa Clarita Gazette for all you need to know to be in the know.
So, Doug, we got a special guest in studio today, don't we?
I noticed.
Do you want to
She's sitting right here. We have with us coming back Miss Christine Herman, who is author of the book Because It Didn't Kill Me.
Because It Didn't Kill You. So, okay. So a lot of people don't know your story. So why don't we start? 13 years old, right?
Day before my 13th birthday.
Oh.
Yep.
And what happened?
Well, I was outside playing with my friends, running, and I made a lateral move. And I acted like I was going to run into the driveway, and I faked the kid out. He went in the driveway, and I went out in the street. But it was too late. The lady that was in our front yard next door screamed at me to stop, which I did. I turned to my left, and the car hit me.
Oh,
and
geez.
Yeah, 3-week coma and 2-month hospital stay.
2 months? Wow. Yeah. So how long of that were you in a coma for?
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow.
With a severe traumatic brain injury, and I was not expected to live.
Wow. Obviously, I mean, the person must have felt absolutely horrible. Did you get in contact with him? Or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, after I got out of the hospital, I went up to his house with my girlfriend, and I sat and talked with him.
Oh, man.
And, I don't hold him accountable, really.
Right.
Although he was the adult with the driver's license speeding in a residential area, so he bears the responsibility.
That's got to be a burden.
Had I not run out in front of his car, it wouldn't happen. We're both victims.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot of time today, so let's fast forward quickly in your life.
Yes.
You made it through, you went back to school, went through high school, went to college.
Yes.
Got a teaching degree.
Yes.
Okay. You take it from there.
I was a teacher for 15 years, but never knew if that was really God's plan for my life, and I questioned it all the time. When I didn't get selected for long-term teaching positions, when I had difficulty keeping the positions I did have, and finally when I was laid off from my teaching job in South Central, I realized this wasn't what I wanted to do, even though I had a master's degree in reading. I still love to teach reading, and I tutor different students that I've had over the years. However, God put it on my heart, this story, way back in 1996 when I lived in San Diego. And after I got laid off, I thought about doing this. I went through a lot of emotional turmoil. And when I was denied disability for the second time because I have a master's degree, I sat down and I wrote the first part of this book. And it was just before my house went to foreclosure and I filed for bankruptcy and I lost everything that I enrolled in a publishing class. And the woman that taught the publishing class was she's my book coach. And a year after I was accepted in her class, the book was finished.
Now, in the book, you write about the lingering effects of your accident when you were 13, all the way into adulthood. You want to talk about that?
The lingering effects that I've noticed are not so much physical, but they're emotional. Information organizing, information processing, speech organization, because all of that is within organization. Your speech, your actions, your way of doing things. It's not just getting up in the morning and, I'm going to cook breakfast, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to go do this, that, so on and so forth. It's everything that you do. Like right now, I'm organizing my thoughts. Right now, I have to respond to what you say. I have to organize things that are going to come in the future. And for example, if somebody asks me something that I don't have a quick response to, I'll oftentimes say something that is meaningless, and I'll think about it later and wish I had a second chance to go back and
wait a minute, I do that.
Yes, Doug, you do. It's called your rant. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, that may have been insensitive. So all these problems, do you relate them back to the traumatic, the physical injury or the emotional side of that injury?
I lost the first 13 years of my emotional development in that accident. So when I woke up from the coma, I was basically an infant again.
Okay.
And upon release from the hospital, I was about 2 months old.
Wow.
Now, there was an instance where my friends came to see me in my own personal room, and they put a 2-year-old toddler puzzle on my lap, with the plastic pegs at the top. And I couldn't figure out why the cat or the dog couldn't go into the duck or the goose spot. I could not figure out why those didn't fit.
Wow.
But I could write letters with my parents. I could barely speak by forcing out a whisper. I could understand basic things that were said to me, but I couldn't do a 2-year-old puzzle.
And they probably didn't. Did you get a lot of post-accident therapy to help with this situation?
Basically, all I had was my rehab in the hospital, and then I went back, to society. And my mom went ahead and put me back in soccer. I went back to horseback riding, and those were the activities I had done beforehand, and I could do them again. But because the doctor said don't ride horses again. You can't play soccer again because another brain injury would have killed me.
We're talking to Christine Herman, who's the author of the book Because It Didn't Kill Me. Now tell us about the book. You had an epiphany at some point. Were you driving on the freeway and something came to your mind? It's in the book.
Yeah. I was driving on the freeway and I had realized that the previous 27 years of my life had been wasted because I was now starting over where I had been basically at 13 years old. And here I am, and I'm angry, and I want to know why these years were taken away from me, because these are so important in a young person's life. And it was at that point I decided that I wanted to get those years back any way possible. And so that's when I decided to focus on life and do something to improve my condition, my situation.
So fast forward again, how's the book doing? How are you doing?
The book is doing good. The initial version I had is now retired. The version that I am now promoting is the global version, which is available in Australia, Canada, Europe, Great Britain, and the United States. It is available on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com. And if you would like to order it, go visit one of those sites, Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or you can get it from me personally. If any of our listeners out there know me personally.
Wow. So is it just your turning the corner from the traumatic brain injury? Boy, I can't speak today. And your experiences past that? Because that's got to be pretty impressive. Just getting to that point and then going, wait a minute, no, I figured out what's wrong with me and I can work with it?
Well, yeah, I actually, because now I can pinpoint, now I can pinpoint, where I was. It's like I'm outside the circle looking in. I've come full circle. Wow. And so now I can analyze my behavior and say, you know what? That was kind of like 13 years behindish. I need to act more like an adult in this situation. And after I realized that the 27 years of my life had been taken away from me, the first 13 I lost and then 14 years to gain it. Or to gain it back, I was able to look back and say, you know what, when I'm in a social situation and I'm acting a certain way, that's something somebody 13 years old, or say somebody 25 would be, when I was 13 years older. And I was able to just analyze that and focus on how to better assimilate myself in certain situations. And that's just been an ongoing thing.
So how's the book been received by?
Very, very well. People that have read it have said it's a great book. It made me cry. I understood what you were going through, and it's been a very positive response that I've gotten. Right.
Now, I know somebody that read your book that's had a tough life, had something happen to them that, was not good, and they're facing the same thing. They look back, they're angry that it happened to them, and it messed their lives up. And he found it to be an inspiration. So
good. Yeah. And that's what I hope it to be. And actually, this book is the platform from which I will launch a public speaking career, because that's my dream now, is to share this story and inspire people that, when you're down and you've had so much taken away from you, you can work your way back. Now, I did it personally through my faith in Jesus Christ. That's what I had to hold tight to. The morning that I looked into my walk-in closet and I saw the 2 rods on either side, and I thought, they do the job to end my life, because I felt God forgot to do that. Really? And I thought, why am I going through this? God forgot something here. And then he put in my heart Jeremiah 29:11, where he says, I know the plans I have for you, not to harm you, but to prosper you and give you a future and a hope. And although he was speaking to the Israelites as he took them out of slavery to the promised land, he spoke to my heart that morning. Sure. And at that point, I knew that I had to use my experiences to make something of it, to encourage others.
So there's lots of folks out there that either loved ones, friends, family, know somebody that something like this has happened to. How can they get in touch with you? They can go to
my blog at christineherman.com, or they can email me at bookwormhq@att.net, but they must put in the subject title, it's about the book.
Okay, say that one more time in case somebody's scrambling to write it down.
Yeah.
Bookworm, BOOKWORMHQ@att.net, and then the subject line, put about the book.
All right,
Very
everybody.
good.
It's Christine Herman
Christine
with two
Herman.
N's, right?
Two
With
ends.
2 ends.
That's important too.
Yeah, and the book's called Because It Didn't Kill Me. And real quick, why'd you name it that? I think it's kind of obvious, but
Because it didn't kill me, and because when I was born, the erythroblastosis I had didn't kill me.
Right.
The infections I had after that didn't kill me. The bone marrow infection I had didn't kill me. All the infections I had when the first 60 days of my life didn't kill me. And then someone tried to come and take me away again, and it didn't kill me. That's
so
why I
all this
named
is
it.
a result of that and how you've persevered since then.
Yes, it is.
All right. Christine, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It was
Very
my pleasure.
inspirational.
Christine Herman, everybody.
All right. That's impressive, Doug. There's a lot of stuff that people overcome in everyday life that you don't even realize.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
impressive. Speaking of overcoming stuff, apparently we have a new harbinger of bad news.
Yeah, Heather's like under the weather.
Heather's
So we
under the
usually at this
weather.
time have Heather's highlights.
Wow, so far we have harbinger of bad news and Heather's under the weather. This is like Dr. Zeus does radio. So we've got somebody else coming
Kimberly
in, right?
Beers.
Kimberly
Are you
Beers.
the assistant? What are you? What's your title?
I'm a journalist here.
Would you like a title? We could get you a title.
Okay. I'd like an important one.
Let's see. It's something important. We'll work on that.
Okay.
So we've got, what's going on in the SCV?
Well, the Porter Ranch leak that everyone is talking about has been completely plugged up at this point. So there's no more gas leaking out.
That's good news.
And SoCal Gas Company has pled not guilty to the 4 misdemeanor charges filed against them.
Yeah, right.
Sure. What else? Are they going to
who
plead
cares?
guilty?
Who cares about the misdemeanor charges? It's the civil stuff.
You
I
know,
know-
as a side note, I know the general manager of the La Quinta Inn over there on the old road.
Yeah.
She had 70 families staying there from Porter Ranch.
Doug, I know people from Porter Ranch. I won't tell you who they are, and I won't mention what they do on the air because that would be bad. But they're in the circle that I travel in at times. That lived over there. Got the insurance company to pay for them to get a suite at the Beverly Hills Marriott.
Wow.
Okay? Just saying.
So that's a little different, La Quinta Inn.
A little different than La Quinta Inn. Yeah. But at least it's over. And your gas bill will be going up because it was a very cold winter, said the guy who's going to be wearing shorts and a t-shirt later, because it's going to be 80 degrees this weekend. Cold winter. Cold winter.
My bill went up. Anyway, sorry, Kimberly.
Sorry, yeah, we forget you're here
You're
sometimes.
gonna.
Wow.
This is your rookie time doing
Yeah.
this. We digress a lot. So.
Okay.
Quite often.
Don't take it personally.
I will not.
Good.
And Santa Clarita water agencies are continuing to encourage residents to conserve water. It rained this past week, but we always have to encourage residents that we would need several years of above average waterfall to be out of the drought. So even though it rained, still continue to conserve water.
I don't buy that.
You know something? I was stuck in traffic in the rain, and I'm sitting there going, stupid drought.
No, what I don't like, John, is I've seen recently, today in the LA Times had a big article on the snowpack where we get most of our water
Yep.
from, is at almost record levels.
130% of normal is what I
Yeah,
heard.
okay,
Which
so-
is fine for 1 year.
No, I can see we still want to be prudent about conserving water, but just to say the drought's not over, I don't
The drought's not over.
Okay.
What else you want?
Okay.
Move along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who am I to
Unfortunately,
disagree?
people are encouraged to be extra careful because there are residents that aren't careful at all.
That's true, too.
That's true.
So we
People,
have to make up
like-
for people who aren't,
That's true. I saw somebody when it was raining, 2 days ago, their sprinklers were on and the rain's coming down.
Oh,
That's irritating.
That's bad. That'll give you as bad. They deserve to have their water taken from them somehow.
Yes.
But anyway, all right. So what else we got? Now, it's not going to rain again soon, is it? I haven't
don't
seen the
believe
weather. Has
so.
anybody seen the weather? I don't think it is. It's supposed to be 90 tomorrow.
El
or
Niño's
this weekend.
coming.
El Niño, yeah, any day now. I want to go on record. We're going to come back and we're going to try to find that tape because I said I think El Niño is just kind of like the Y2K. It's a fluke. That was right. So far.
So far.
I like being right.
We also have a Santa Clarita man who we've written a story about him. It's on our website, hometownstation.com. He is looking for a kidney, somebody to donate a kidney. His name is James Zimmerman. He has polycystic kidney disease, and he actually had multiple people that were willing to donate a kidney, but they were turned away because of the rigorous process of being approved. His grandmother, mother, and sister all died of the disease, and
my
his
gosh.
uncle and his daughter are also suffering. So we included his email on
And all
our
that
website
information?
if people were interested in finding out if they were donors.
Would you donate somebody a kidney?
My family,
Maybe
absolutely.
family?
My
Yeah.
family, a very close
Strangers,
friend.
though? Wow. That would take a special person.
Oh, you wouldn't donate one for us?
Probably not. I'm not. Let her. Maybe Heather would.
You think?
Yeah.
We'll
Heather
find
would
out.
definitely. Heather would. I know Heather would donate a kidney for either one of us. You know that.
Of course you would.
We'd only get half a kidney because she's only half the person.
Oh.
Never mind. Okay, assistant. Sorry, never mind. Yeah, I have a hard time donating a kidney to somebody I don't know. So I'd be a bad person.
No.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay.
If you have family, I mean, I think about. I have a daughter now. She's 6 months old. If at some point she would need one, I would want to be able to give her one.
Oh,
you know,
sure.
so it's almost like
So you're a kidney hoarder.
a kidney order.
I see how it is. Okay, that's fine.
So Kimberly comes on. She's trying to be serious, giving us the news highlights.
And we've called
Look
her.
what we do to her.
We've called her half a person and a kidney hoarder. Okay.
That's okay. And we also have a story on our website about a Legacy Christian Academy student. He's the student of the week. He was chosen as one of 13 youth baseball players who's going to represent the United States this summer on the U13 USA baseball team in the Dominican
Wow.
Republic.
That's huge.
Yes, we have a story about him. And all his teachers talk about how humble he is and how great he is. So he's a 7th grader at Legacy Christian Academy.
And that's very cool. So you're going to do, so the station is on the website, which would be,
And on air.
oh,
We're
which
going
would
to do
be,
it once a week.
oh, cool. Which would be, what's the website again?
HometownStation.com.
That was it. Like, see how I did that? Okay. They're going to have, is it just going to be the private school student of the week? Or is it going to be student of the week public school?
This one is specifically Legacy.
Oh, okay. So just legacy student
Legacy.
of the week.
But
Ah.
we have other students that
We should expand it. There's some pretty cool students doing some pretty cool things.
Yeah.
That would be mine. If it were JOHN, your hometown station, but it's not. It's KHTS, your hometown station. Never mind. I'm going to be quiet now. Okay. Sorry. It's not like I'm getting paid to talk.
That's all I have for right now.
Not even $15 an hour to get paid to talk. Those were good. Those were good stories. It
Okay.
wasn't as bad as normal. It
Yeah.
wasn't.
Heather
No
usually has
murders
people.
or-
No murderers.
killed,
Heather's like,
getting
oh
hit by
yeah,
a car.
2 more people died. It's horrible. I'm like, what happened to like? Fireman rescued a puppy from a tree. That feel good stuff is good too, right, Doug? Sure. It's not just me. I mean,
But
why news
bad
doesn't-
news sells.
That was something. Bad news sells. Oh, if it bleeds, it leads.
Yep.
Right. Is
That is what we learned in
you
journalism.
learned in journalism school.
But look, 2 of my stories, they didn't bleed. Well, I mean, the guy who needs a kidney and the kid on the baseball team.
Well, the baseball team is okay. That's pretty cool. But the guy who needs a kidney, that's kind of. Well, that's
So
not too bad.
since we have a couple minutes, so how do you, when a story's breaking, how are you guys made aware of it?
Multiple ways. We listen to a police scanner. We have a police scanner going at all times. We have different apps that send us notifications about if there's a story. So many times it's residents who reach out to us. They'll call, they'll email us, they'll tweet us on Twitter, they send us Instagram comments. So
And that's 298 KHTS.
1220. Is it KHTS 1220?
No, that's 5487. That's the call here.
298.
The office is
KHTS.
1220.
Oh, it's 298 1220?
Right.
1220.
Never mind then. Don't call 298 KHTS. That would be the actual radio show that you're going to call. So you would call 298 1220. I'm going to be quiet again.
So were you a journalism major? Is that
I was. I graduated from CSUN with my major in journalism and got this job at KHTS.
excellent?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's great. I'm local, so it's nice to
What
work
high school did you go to?
Canyon.
Yes, Cowboys. I didn't go there. My kids did.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay.
All right, Kimberly
was
Beers,
impressive.
everybody, filling in for Heather Harbin, and you did a great
You
job.
did a good
Thank
job.
you.
See,
Thank
I
you.
told you it wasn't going to be that bad.
No, it
It's
wasn't.
not as bad as it sounds.
All right, thanks,
I mean,
Kimberly.
Yeah, sure.
We barely talk on the radio sometimes, huh, Doug? So, speaking of getting paid, Doug, I'd like to put in my request for minimum wage, $15 an hour, baby.
Don't give me, John. You trying to get my blood pressure
We
up?
got a couple minutes to kill. I'm trying to get your blood pressure up.
You talk about something that I feel would ruin the economy. If you had across the board federal
How
minimum
would it
wage of
ruin the
50
economy? I mean, I think it would do certain things in this wonderful socialist experiment that we're about to partake in. Feel the burn. I think giving everybody everything for free is a good thing.
You're just trying to goad me into something.
No, I would never get. I'm just trying to get you pumped up for our next
Well,
guest.
you know, my
I brought you a present. You know that.
my 23-year-old son who was over last night is a Bernie Sanders supporter. We got into it, but he just doesn't get it. How many people would lay off? You know, we know McDonald's is already experimenting
But
with.
is it just The minimum wage? Why is he a Bernie Sanders supporter? We got to have him on. I've never met a Bernie Sanders supporter.
Oh, I'm not having him on.
So you lost the argument. Is that what you're saying?
No. I just know if you even took a poll of businesses here in Santa Clarita, what they would have to do if the minimum wage, what impact it would have on.
It's already LA County.
Yeah,
that's
on the outskirts. Yeah, that's what's Magic Mountain doesn't know what they're going to do, and they're going to have to restructure their whole operation.
I still don't understand why they can't scale the wage. Okay, feel the burn. Scale the wage. If you've got high school kids getting their first job versus somebody, because always, we need to pay a wage that you can survive on. They don't need to survive. They got parents.
Yeah.
They're living at home.
I'm with you.
They're saving money for a car. Pay them $7 an hour.
John, I go farther than that. I say the government should just keep their nose out of it.
Well, that would be...
If somebody wants to work for me, I've said this before in the air, and they're willing to work for $3 an hour, why can't I have them work for me and pay them $3 an hour? It's between me and that person. Right?
Wow.
If that person doesn't want to work for $3 an hour, then they shouldn't work.
And once again, you can send your resumes to Doug at Santa Clarita.
Especially if you only want to make $3 an hour.
Yeah, if you want to work for $3 an hour for Doug. All right, where do we send the resumes again? Doug at what? SantaClaritaGazette.com? Okay, all right. Send your resumes to Doug at SantaClaritaGazette.com. You've been listening to Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220. We are helping you with everything, getting jobs, all kinds of cool stuff. We are on AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Clarita's hometown station. We're back after this.